So here's the tutorial on how to make your own custom planner. The first thing you do is figure out what you want in your planner. So here I am writing down the things that I know I want and kind of how I want my planner to be laid out. The next thing is to either purchase your inserts or design your own. I did a combination of both. I bought some that I didn't like, so I decided to make my own, but keep parts of the file that I purchased. It's totally up to you. I'm using this planner for work, so I was very specific in what I wanted it to be. And then once I got everything together, I laid my design out in Microsoft Publisher. My planner is going to be half letter size and I'm printing front and back, so Publisher is easy to work with for this part. So I'm just checking the pages, making sure it's all set up, and then I'm going to print it. After it's printed, I'm going to work on my front and back covers. So I'm designing in Silhouette Studio. You can design in whatever software you like. This is going to be a soft cover planner, so my design is 5.75 inches wide and 8.25 inches tall, but the actual cover is going to be 6 inches wide and 8.5 inches tall. For a hardcover, the sizes are different, and I'll share that a little bit later. I print out the cover on one 10-pound cardstock, and then I run it through my laminator. Then I'm going to cut it out with my cutter, and I'll do the same for the back cover as well. Now I'm working on the dividers. I know I want 2 dividers for this planner. I could not find an SVG file of the dividers that worked for me, so I ended up making my own. So here I am just cropping and getting it all laid out. And just like the covers, I'm going to print it out on one 10-pound cardstock and laminate it and run it through my cutter. Ooh, pretty. Now back to my pages. I am going to use my paper trimmer and trim them down to 5.5 inches, but I'm keeping the halves separate, and then I'll kind of shuffle them together when I'm done trimming. So here I am organizing the pages or shuffling them one behind the other from the stacks. For this planner, I realized about halfway through that I really didn't have to do that because most of the pages are the same. I have another planner where the pages are different, so I did have to do the whole shuffling, but this planner was pretty simple. And then I'm just gonna flip through and make sure that everything lined up the way that I wanted to and all my pages printed out fine. I'm missing a page, but it's okay. Then I'm going to use the cinch to punch the holes. The cinch has a guide and rulers that tell you where to punch the holes depending on your paper size. So for this half letter size, I actually have to punch these twice. So I'm doing the first punch now, and then I'm going to go back and adjust the ruler and do the second punch. Then I'm going to punch my dividers and my covers. I added some blank notebook pages because I also take a lot of notes for work. This is going to be my work planner. And now I'm ready to bind. So I'm trying to decide what color wire I should use. I like the gold, but the rose gold definitely fits better. So we'll go with that one. So the cinch has these hooks on the side for you to hold the binding wire. And then starting from the back page, not the cover, the back page, you're going to just load your pages onto the wire. Then you add your front cover, and last you add your back cover. Then you take it off, and with a pair of wire cutters, you just clip the wire to the size of your notebook. Then you flip it around to the back, and it has this little cubby hole kind of thing. And it has measurements, a guide at the top for you to adjust the notches to what size wire that you have. I am using 1-inch wire, and it's already set there, so you just press down on it. And I had to kind of redo it because the first one messed up, but here it is, all cinched together. Oh, I almost forgot about hardcover. So for a hardcover, you're going to take a 12 by 12 piece of chipboard, and you're going to cut it down to 6 by 8.5 inches. And that way you can get your front and back out of one piece of board. Now for this, I use sticker paper. If the design is a solid color, then I'd use a matte paper and laminate it because the ink holds better on matte paper. But if it's a lot of different colors, or if it's light, then I use glossy paper and skip the laminating part. Use whatever you have or whatever you prefer. I make my design 6.5 by 9 inches, but I actually trim the sticker paper to 7 by 9.5 inches because I like a thicker border, but that's completely optional. You can cut it down to 6.5 by 9 if you choose. Then you center your chipboard on the sticker paper and trim the corners, and then just fold it over on itself. And you're going to punch the holes in it and assemble it like normal. And here are my planners. The pink one is a soft cover, and the blue one is hardcover. I'm going to use one for personal and one for work. If you have any questions on how to make these, feel free to leave me a comment and I'll be sure to respond. Thanks for watching.